forgot to record. Okay, I'm officially calling it the Music Interpretation Project. So I did touch upon it on the last class on Monday, but I'm gonna go through this again. So you're going to be picking your song. Pick a song that has meaning to you. So later you will be explaining this in an artist statement. And I'm going to be going over artist statements later, more near the end of the project, but it is going to be a writing assignment, and it's basically explaining what characteristics you included in your project, why you did what you did, how you did what you did, and if you thought it went well, if you thought it didn't go well, and then what you would change next time. But if you would like to check that out now, I have that available for you. So the next step is, some of you started on this on Monday. It's weird, it does not feel like Wednesday. Some of you started on this on Monday, but I would like you to go more in detail today. So some of you are at this step now, you're creating the song's image. So you're going to be drawing an image that represents your interpretation of the song. It can represent the feeling that you get when you listen to it, or what you visualize when you listen to it, or you can draw just an explanation of it. So you're not going to be just like recreating the cover. You're going to show what it means to you. So kind of like the trend where like a couple would pick their song and they would put a picture of themselves with the song that shows that that is what it means to them. That's what that song reminds them of. So you're getting creative with this aspect. Try not to draw like based on the lyrics, try to draw based on the feeling. And you can use colors to help that out. So what I have done is I've linked a website that goes in depth about color psychology. So this means like yellow is connected to feeling anxious. Blue is connected to feeling calm. Red is anger. Different colors represent different emotions. And you can see that kind of with the movie Inside Out. So like green is envy, red is anger, yellow is happiness. You could include some kind of aspect with that. Blue can also mean sad. So this has where you can click on different colors and it will lead you to the psychology behind those. So the psychology behind blue would mean productivity, sadness, calmness, and stability. A cool thing with color psychology is that it's actually used in marketing as well. So yellow and red are meant to spark hunger. So I bet you can think of a popular company that uses yellow and red as their main theme, like McDonald's, so that automatically feel hungry or hungrier when they see those colors. So the explanation behind color theory is actually really interesting. So if you'd like to explore more into this, this site is for you. But try and include a little bit of that within your own interpretation of your song. So does your song make you feel happy? Does it make you feel sad? Is it a song that you listen to when you're feeling anxious or when you're feeling mad to calm yourself down? You can include that in there, and that's in the PowerPoint. And this PowerPoint is in your Google Drive for you to look at. Okay, so a part that some of you are going to be doing today is, I saw that some of you posted on Padlet that you did just one sketch already. Okay, I've moved on. So you've done just one sketch. I want you to do at least 5 different thumbnail sketches of your composition. Show what details you would like to include and leave notes about the color, texture, value, and meaning behind it. You can use words in this, but you don't have to. That's not going to be one of the requirements. So I started doing my own like little sketch in my notebook. So I wrote down the song that I picked and what that makes me feel. So I might look through the different colors and see which color matches that, and I could use that as a majority in my drawing. And these thumbnail sketches, they don't need to be extremely detailed. They're just testing out different compositions. So it shouldn't look like you copied and pasted, drew the same thing 5 times. I want you to test out different things. So I picked the song Wagon Wheel. Why did I pick that one? Because it is my husband's and I's song since we've been dating the entire time, and it's the song that put my daughter to bed. So it has great meaning to me. So that would be something that I can do. And then there's multiple things that pop in my head when I think of this one song. So I can draw out different options with that. So that is basically what you're doing today, is drawing the 5 different thumbnail sketches. But I'm going to be going through the rest of this really quickly for you to see. So these were a few of like the album covers that I found. And I said you are not creating an album cover, but what I think was really represented in these is that they connected the feeling of the album to the cover itself. I'm not familiar with a lot of these. I literally just Googled them, but these are a few examples that I have for you to look at. Here are a few, and then here are some more. So they do use a lot of color within these, and we are going to be painting these with watercolor. So plan for that. You do have blue, red, I'm trying to remember what I put in there, white, I think I have like a darker gray color closer to a black, but you can also mix those and create different colors from them. There are going to be requirements for your drawing. So I want you to have a balanced composition. I want it to represent unity, show emphasis, and show movement. So we went over the elements and principles at the beginning of the school year, but that was at the beginning of the school year. So we are going to quickly just look through them again. So we have balance, unity, movement, and emphasis. So those are principles of art. So quickly, balance. Balance refers to the artistic elements such as line, texture, color, and form in the creation of an artwork. It renders visual stability. So what's happening on one side is happening on the other side. And this doesn't need to be the same thing repeated like a mirror. It can be in the visual weight of something. So the bird holds the same visual weight as the veins in the leaf. The mask has the same visual weight on one side as it does on the other. It doesn't need to be exactly drawn on both sides, but if it has the same size objects on both sides, that looks balanced. And then, not contrast, emphasis. So an emphasis is a focal point. So this would be something represented in the middle, in the center, it doesn't even have to be in the center of your composition. It's just a focal point. It's something that your viewers' eyes go to directly when they're looking at your drawing. So you need to show emphasis in your drawing. Movement. Movement can imply, it can be in comic books. It just shows that something is moving. This one you can show if you have like long lines coming through your, your composition. There are actually different ways of showing movement other than just these action lines. But you can do more research into that one. And then lastly, unity. Unity, also called harmony, is an important principle of design that gives the artwork a sense of cohesion and coherence. This is the wholeness and completeness of a picture. So when you look at this composition, you think this is complete. There's nothing more that can be added to this. The page is full. So you are going to be making sure that your drawing is unified. It makes sense. Everything interacts with one, the objects interact with one another. You don't just have like a butterfly and then like a mug. Like those are two completely different things. They don't make sense with one another. It needs to make sense. It needs to show unity. So those are the requirements for your drawing. And I have those linked in the PowerPoint. So if you need to recall them again, the elements and principles are there for you. I'm going to end this here today. So what you're doing today is you are creating the 5 thumbnail sketches of your composition, making notes about it. And I don't want them to look copied and pasted. Okay. I don't want them to look copied and pasted. I want you to test out different compositions. This shouldn't be a one and done type thing. This shouldn't take 5 minutes. It should take you the entire class period. I want you to really work on these. And if you do want to maybe decide what streaming device you want to use, I've screenshotted a few of these. So this is Apple Music, SoundCloud, Pandora, and Spotify. So those are on the PowerPoint for you to look at. And this PowerPoint is located in our classroom drive. So this is the classroom drive. It is music interpretation. It's right here. So that is for you to use. Are there any questions on this new project? No.